This lesson, Woodpeckers Work, the kids and I will play like busy woodpeckers, pecking our way through objects. This lesson is all about the power of repetition, and sticking with something is critical for persistence, but repetition is also really important for kids' brain and cognitive development. After you watch, kids will want their own chance to explore woodpecker play, and you're going to want to have some materials on hand. A few everyday objects that kids can poke holes into, such as a cardboard box, potato, orange, pumpkin, or even some forest putty, what we at Tinkergarten called Play-Doh that you can take outside. And a tool or two that kids can use to peck holes, such as a stick and a rock. Or our favorite woodpecker tools are golf tees and wooden mallets. Have fun playing like woodpeckers, and be sure to share your photos and stories of play. Explorers, are you ready to come to Tinkergarten?
Come to Tinkergarten, come to Tinkergarten, come to Tinkergarten.
Explorers, I decided to take all of my rocks out of my winter treasure box and line them up in a long line to see how far it would stretch. And I have been working at this for quite a while now. This is hard work, but it's also kind of calming and focusing to do the same thing over and over again. Do you know of a creature that does the same motion over and over and over? I'm thinking of a bird with a strong neck and beak that makes round holes in trees. Do you know which creature I'm thinking of? Could I have a clue? Now do you know which creature I'm thinking of? Yes? No? Not sure? Well, let's find out. Drum roll. It's a woodpecker.
Woodpecker, woodpecker, peck, peck, peck.
Making holes, searching for insects.
Woodpecker, woodpecker, peck, peck, peck.
Come to Tinkergarten.
Woodpeckers use their strong and pointed beaks to peck holes to find insects to eat and to make spaces for their nests. Woodpeckers keep at it, pecking most of the day away. Their thick skulls and strong neck muscles enable them to continue to peck without hurting themselves. Woodpeckers peck in rhythms to communicate with each other, too. Explorers, woodpeckers have amazing beaks. You and I don't have strong beaks like woodpeckers, but we could use our fingers and our thumbs to make a beak and peck all around. You want to try? Peck. Now, woodpeckers also use their wings to fly from tree to tree. I'm going to put on my mittens. There we go. And spread out my wings. You want to join me? And we can fly the whole way to the play area. Should we try? Okay, flap your wings. Here we go. Come on. Explorers, we're back in the play area. I wonder how we'll play today. It's our invitation to play. Let's see what's inside. Sticks, golf tees, mallet. Ooh! How can you peck like a persistent woodpecker? Well, explorers, if we're going to play like woodpeckers, we're going to need to peck, peck, peck and keep at it as we poke holes in things. Sticking with something and doing something again and again and again is an important part of persistence. Now, we don't have strong necks and beaks like woodpeckers, but we are animal superheroes who can use tools. So let's look in the play area and see what we can find. Ooh, I have some sticks, and maybe I could start with some forest putty, which is nice and soft. I'm gonna put some forest putty down in the play area and pick a stick and see if I can peck, peck, peck like a woodpecker. Let's see. Oh, I can peck, 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 and make lots of holes, just like woodpeckers make in the trees around where I live. I wonder what else I could peck and peck with this. Ooh, I have potatoes. Potatoes can be pretty soft. I could make some holes in them. Should I try? Let's see. It's a little hard just with my stick, so maybe I need another tool. Like this rock. Almost looks like a potato. Let me see if I can hold my stick over my potato and gently peck, peck, peck with my rock and stick together. Ooh, that made a great hole. I can keep at it. There my stick broke. You have to pick a really strong stick and really stick with it to persist like a woodpecker. Oh, look at those great holes. You even get a little potato juice. Whoa, I'm gonna have to keep finding other sticks too, but luckily I have so many and there's always sticks to find outside. Well, potatoes take even more hard work than forest putty. I wonder what else I could use besides my sticks. Oh, ooh, explorers, do you know what these are? These are golf tees, and people use them to hold the ball when they play golf, but you could also use them to be woodpecker beaks. Should we try? One of my favorite fruits. Oranges. Oh, and I could use a rock, or I happen to have one of my favorite tools, a mallet. Let's see if I can carefully hold my golf tee and peck, peck, peck with my mallet. Being careful of my fingers. That makes a great hole. I'm gonna keep going. Peck, 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 peck. Oh, that's so satisfying. Peck, peck, peck. And even better than potato juice, I'm seeing orange juice come out. I could keep pecking on my orange and I can even eat the juice and the fruit later. But sometimes I don't have oranges. I often have cardboard. Let's see if we can poke holes in cardboard using our mallet and our golf tee beaks. Let's see. Oh, that is really satisfying too. Peck, peck, peck. Peck, peck, peck. Wow, there are so many objects I can use. One of my favorite objects is a pumpkin. Do you think I could try and use my golf tee and my mallet beak to make a hole in my pumpkin? Should I try? Well, that takes a lot of persistence, but there's my hole. Peck, 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 peck. Oh, explorers, while I keep using my tools as beaks to poke holes in different things, let's go and see how different explorers are playing like woodpeckers where they are. A couple of explorers did some pecking with forest putty. This explorer took some homemade forest putty and nature treasures and went to work pecking with their finger beak. This woodpecker is singing to themselves as they work. Lots of people do that to stay calm and focused. Then inspiration struck and they thought maybe they could make a little nutshell cap for an acorn. It didn't work, but what a great idea and fun experiment to try. This explorer also used forest putty and nature treasures, but do you see how they made openings for the treasures to fit in? Once there was a hole, in went the little stone. Even though they collected all sorts of cool treasures, this explorer was really enjoying putty play the most. That's another fun thing about play. You never know what might captivate you. This explorer used a wooden beak and mallet to peck into a lime. It was harder to get their beak in there than they thought it would be. When they pulled it out, the strong citrus smell was coming from the hole in the lime and from the beak. Being an explorer who uses all their senses, they asked to take a taste as well. Their conclusion?
I just figured out limes are less sour than lemons.
Some explorers chose to make glowing lanterns with their pumpkins and squash. This explorer wanted to have big and little bursts of light from their glowing lantern. To make the little holes, they first made tiny dents in the squash with their beak. Then they used a mallet to make the holes even bigger. Depending on how thick the skin of a squash, you can be pecking for a long time, but this woodpecker persisted and listened. Sounds like a real woodpecker. Look at all those different sized holes, first in the light and now lit up in the dark. Beautiful. This descent of woodpeckers, that's what you call a group of woodpeckers, are all very busy and focused on pecking through their pumpkins. And beep, 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 here comes a beak delivery. For the younger woodpeckers, the mama woodpecker can help get their pumpkin started, and then they can take over. Wow, look at how many golf tees this pumpkin has in it. And next, they all have to be taken out. Then it's time to take the lantern into the dark closet with a flashlight. Put the pumpkin top back on and, ooh, lovely. I am so inspired by how those explorers played. Thank you, explorers, and thank you, woodpeckers everywhere, for inspiring us all to play. This was lesson 4, Woodpecker's Work. And what was our invitation? How can we peck, peck, peck like persistent woodpeckers? Now it's your turn. I can't wait to see how you play. Before we go, let's count to 3 and shout, "Let's play." Are you ready? 1, 2, 3, let's play!